Well, good morning, friends. Hope you guys are all doing well. Really, Finn? We're doing a video. He wants me to go play with him. So I need to make a soil mixing container. That's something that I also want to double as a soil blocking surface or container. Right now what I do is I bring the stuff in my wheelbarrow, mix it all together, and then I put it into a smaller pan that I have, a metal pan, and I have enough maybe to make 20 blocks out of it, and then I put it more, then I refill the pan. It's not very efficient. So I want something that's going to be rigid, very durable, it's not going to rust, it's not going to leach anything into the soil either. Something that I can scrape these metal blocking molds on. You know, if you've done soil blocks, you know you have to kind of pack them in and then scrape the bottom off. So my solution to this is a couple pieces of the hockey rink siding or skirting. This stuff's a 1/2 inch thick. It reminds me of UHMW. I really don't know what it's actually made of. It's tough as all heck. It's also quite heavy, but it's also quite rigid. I can hardly flex it. So I think this is going to be a good fit. We're going into summer. The boys down there at the rink, they're not going to know the stuff's missing for at least another 6 months. So by then we'll have this in and covered in dirt, and it'll look like it's always been there. So why not? Seems like a perfect solution. So we'll give it a go, see what happens. So this is the space we're going to use. This has always just sort of been just a storage space. I just place stuff, had bins, whatnot. But I've got bins set up. I have stuff sort of put away where it should be now. And there's going to be storage back underneath this again once we're done. So it's going to sort of double serve its purpose. I want this tabletop to be higher than my potting bench area. I found that I'm bending a little bit with this. I thought that this would be high enough, and it's good for sort of regular work, but when you're making soil blocks and seeding stuff and whatnot, I think it might be nice to have something that's a little bit higher. A little bit of hockey puck art there. So this is just going to be, I think, roughly my height. I think that'll be good. I like that. It's comfortable. It's right there. And lots of storage underneath. I need to build some sides on this too. But I'm going to try to build 3.5 sides. I'm going to try having this side here, not up here, but maybe down low like this. And I think that might be a little bit easier on the arms. So it's threatening to rain all day. Hasn't happened. It's still pretty bright out. But now that I've said that, it's probably going to start. Okay. 28 3/4. Before we get too far, just make sure we don't interfere with our door. Oh, when we do hit the door a little. We have to shim this out a bit. Okay, we're good now. Perfect. Good, that'll work. I'm using my little trim saw in this stuff. I find it leaves a really nice finished edge. Probably any type of also melamine blade, anything with a high bevel, that's probably going to do a good job too. Now I don't really know how to join this stuff, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to just try using a polyurethane construction adhesive. That stuff sticks to pretty much everything. But this might be one of those products that nothing sticks to. I'm not really sure. Let's use a little acetone to wipe it down. Not the most friendly stuff, but it's a really good cleaner for plastics. Definitely has good initial tack, so that's a good sign. Good stuff. I think that's going to work out okay. So I did a couple tests and some scrap, and turns out this stuff takes screws actually really quite well, as long as you do a complete pre-drill for the full depth that the fastener is going to go into this stuff. Alright, the last step I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag a trim router around, put a bit of a bull nose on these edges. These things are really sharp. Okay, a little bit of cleanup to do. Look, it started raining. Okay, Finn, you can come on in. Attaboy. Well, that's definitely going to make it a lot nicer to work with. That's great. This stuff just cleans up so smooth. It's incredible. I'm trying Elliot Coleman's soil block recipe this time. I've tried Pro Mix Seed Starter, just straight up. It's a good medium, but there does not seem to be much in there for nutrients. And so it's not that big of a deal on the small micro blocks, but on the regular blocks, 2-inch blocks, it's doesn't seem like there's enough nutrients in there for the plant to be able to make full use of the size of that block. So Elliot Coleman's recipe says that you can use perlite or sand. I've never worked with perlite other than you know, what will come maybe in a commercial mix, and I wanted to give it a shot. I'm not really sure how the coarser grain of it is going to work out with micro blocks. And honestly, I don't know if one would be better, and if the sand would be better in the perlite, or the perlite better in the sand, or you know, where one may be preferred over the other. But it's part of the learning experience, right? Can always go back to sand. The polyurethane construction adhesive really glued this stuff together well. This is really solid now. So 2 thumbs up for that. One thing I'd do differently in the future is I would probably start off just by doing all the roundovers before assembling it. Be a little bit easier, and you could keep the mess out of your greenhouse. When I'm doing soil blocks, I screen everything down. I don't know how big that is, 1/4 inch? I guess about a 1/4 inch screen. It really helps a little bit later when it actually comes to making the blocks to have such a nice even consistency. A little bit dry. I find when I can make a meatball out of dirt and do this, that is ready. Right amount of water. You would think soil blocks would be fragile. They look very fragile, but if they have enough peat and the right moisture content, they can be handled fairly roughly, and they don't seem to mind it one bit. If I could juggle, I'd do a montage of me juggling soil blocks, but in all reality, all you'd see is a montage of me cleaning soil up from all over my greenhouse table. Perfect. So I have to say right off the bat, using Elliot Coleman's recipe, the actual structure of the soil is much superior to using Pro Mix or just a compost and dirt mix. I think this is the best soil blocks I've made. I gotta switch out my dowel pins here and start getting some squash and stuff seeded. I gotta say, I am really happy with this. I was gonna build just a bin out of basic wood at first. I'm sure that would have been fine too. But I like this a lot. And if I needed to expand one day down the road, I guess the hockey rink's just gonna be missing a few more boards. What can you do, right? All in the name of good veggies. All right, guys, have yourselves a great day. Get out there, get a little dirty, have some fun. And I know this quarantine stuff is definitely sort of wearing on you, but I tell you, it does the heart pretty good to get planting some stuff and sort of keep on with at least one aspect of normal life. So until next time, take care.